Alright, in this video today we are playing some mono black discard. We are going to see if we can annoy the ever-living crap out of our opponents with Bandit's Talent and a whole slew of ways to disrupt the opponent's hands. We're not going to talk too much about this deck because, well, it's a pretty annoying deck to play against and it is going to be disappearing in a few days, but I wanted to do it one last time. Liliana of the Veil and Sheoldred are both rotating out in August, and I wanted to do one last video with them. So the goal today is to see how many opponents just scoop to us ripping their hand apart. Hopefully it goes well. See you in the games. Alright, let's do some discard stuff. This is a deck I've been kind of itching to play. On and off I've been messing around with it. It's a really good deck to play on your phone actually, because it doesn't really take a lot of effort. So during lunch breaks or while on the bus, this deck is something kind of fun to play. Cool opponents, sleeves by the opponent. So I think let's reach into the opponent's hand and pull out a Cecil. I think I'm okay doing that. What are they doing? They have Momentum Breaker, which is not overly effective against us. The Ultima is what it is. Does the Ultima get rid of... It does not get rid of the Bandit's Talent, so that is going to be pretty key for us. The Soul Guide Lantern is also a big ol' whatever. We don't hit the land, so... I could... No, let's go out with the Bandit's Talent. I was thinking Ruthless Negotiation, and then the Bandit's Talent maybe on the next turn. If we draw a land, we could have also gone out with the Tiny Bones Joins Up. Could have really torn apart their hand. But I think this is fine to just make them discard, okay, the Ultima. And we might be able to really annoy the opponent into a conceding place here. The deck does have ways of draining the opponent and taking, killing the opponent. We do kill them. However, I think the true win con of this deck is the annoying thing of just make them discard everything. Let's go with the Ruthless Negotiation. That's fine. This is notably a graveyard card. It does have flashback, so the Soul Guide Lantern can remove that from us. It's a pretty good card on turn 5 if you have enough mana. Being able to cast this to ruin their hand and then also draw a card from it. So a lot of good stuff there. Okay, let's... Tiny Bones joins up. They get to discard any number of cards from their hand, and I think we're going to get the Bandit's Talent on the field. We want to start leveling up the Bandit's Talent, and we might actually be able to... You know what? Now I'm kind of thinking we start the drain part. Maybe I just go Ruthless Negotiation, go Tiny Bones, and I level up the Bandit's Talent to level 2, and yeah, start pinging away at the opponent. I really hope they don't have a way of getting rid of our other Bandit's Talent here, but being on 2 mana might put them in a position where they actually can't really do too much, so yeah, maybe we got our hooks in them right now. And if we get this second Bandit's Talent on the board, we level it up next turn, they're going to be on quite a clock. This is what you want to do with this deck. I have been having a lot of fun with it. I think it's so annoying to play against, but it is, it exists. Discard does exist, and it is not the best strategy. Ambrosia, what an interesting card from the opponent. Okay, because I don't want to take 2 damage every turn, I think instead of leveling up the other Bandit's Talent, let's just cut down the Ambrosia. But that's pretty neat. Ambrosia to bounce the Momentum Breaker. Why not? It's a 2/2 for 2 flash, pretty good, and it returns a permanent to your hand. Like, it's similar to a Pixie. I'm really wondering why the opponent hasn't been what does Soul Guide Lantern do? I gotta read this. Oh, it's not... It doesn't do what I thought it did. So I thought Soul Guide Lantern, every turn you could tap it. It's been too long since I played this card. Okay, so the opponent 1 card in hand. We didn't hit the land. We really wanted to have another land there. They can crack the Lantern to go up to 2 cards, blanking our Bandit's Talents. which they are choosing to do for this turn. But with any bit of hope, we can get them handless again very soon. But I don't know. Okay, Liliana. So are they going to help us keep them low on cards? Nope, they're just going to put out the Liliana and have her sit on the field. Okay, so we will level this up. If they go down to one card in hand, it's one card, right? Draw an additional card for each opponent who has one or fewer cards in hand. If they end up playing out another card here, or if they Liliana the Veil to discard, they do. There's a chance that we're going to draw 2 cards, and then we can Ruthless Negotiation that last card out of their hand. So pretty happy with that. Ooh, Squall. Okay. That's a little bit of a clock. Okay, let's just Tiny Bones. It's fine. We will level up our other Bandit's Talent. And yeah, this Tiny Bones, they will probably make us sacrifice it. But we're at 20 life. I don't think Squall is really that much of a threat. And whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. That is pretty cool. I wonder what they're bringing back. Are they bringing back Victor? What is Victor? That art is sweet. Okay. Probably that's what they're going to be doing. It's also possible that they bring back something that lets them start drawing cards. They could keep cycling the Soul Guide Lantern, which would be pretty devastating for us. We do have the Ruthless Negotiations, though, to be able to reach into their hand. I just prefer them to have fewer than 2 cards in hand when we... Huh. Why the Momentum Breaker? Okay. Oh, Squall has Double Strike? Hold up! that's a lot faster of a clock. Whoa, Double Strike. Does he always have Double Strike? So the opponent doing a neat thing here. They do end up getting the 2 cards in hand. They get 2... No. Whenever this creature attacks alone, it gains Double Strike. So we were just, or I was not really reading the card. So let's get something out of their hand. Are they playing out the Momentum Breaker? No. Okay. And we hit a Sheoldred. So I guess I probably hold the Swamp. That way, if they end up ticking up Liliana, that's something that I can discard, and then Sheoldred on the following turn. Maybe with the Bandit's Talents, maybe we can end up running them down. They could also make us just discard both of these cards with the Momentum Breaker and the Liliana of the Veil. So, gotta hope. And gotta hope that Squall doesn't murder me. Squall is a really cool card. I don't know what the opponent's up to, but they are doing some really cool stuff. Severance Priest coming down. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose an online card from it. If you do, exile it. So they get that. And then when this creature leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner creates an XX white spirit token. So it's a little bit similar to the Spirit that does that, I guess. I think we're in trouble here. We're toast. What is our only hope? Our only hope is that they stay at 1 card in hand, and that that we draw something that allows us to do 1 more point of damage. There are a lot of cards in our deck that, with the Tiny Bones, could trigger 1 more point of damage. We could also just draw another Bandit's Talent. We could also draw a Sheoldred. So pretty much anything except a land is going to be good. Now, though, with that Soul Guide Lantern, they are going to be able to crack it with that starting town. And we'll see if they do that. This opponent knows exactly what they need to do to stop me. Yeah, they... very, very wisely navigated this game, and we are dead on turn. We draw a Swamp. What can you do? The opponent, kind of a cool deck. Seeing Squall do some neat stuff. Hey, why not? All right, that's first one in the bin. Not a great start. The opponent, we were going well, but it didn't work out. Keep going. Boy, really impressed with that Squall performance. I think I maybe need to take a look at that card a little bit harder and consider some things. Okay, we get to go first, and we get a hand that is... Okay, we can really attack the opponent's hand. Unfortunately, they keep a full mitt of cards. It's always nice when you're playing this deck and the opponent mulligans. Yeah. Not a nice thing to say, but it's what we want to see. Alright. Ruthless Negotiation, they get rid of a Vine Lasher. So the opponent on a landfall type deck, maybe with a second Vine Lasher. Nope, they have a Duress. So probably they take the Bandit's Talent here, which that hurts a little bit. They might take the Negotiation though. No, they're looking at the talent. Don't look at the talent. Yeah. Negotiation. Take the Negotiation. Oh, they take the Negotiation. Why did they do that? Target opponent reveals their hand. They didn't want me reaching in the hand. Okay, well, Bandit's Talent onto the field, knowing that they have ways of getting it out of my hand now with those Duresses. And then next turn, maybe peel a land, go Hecate's? Is that how you say it? Hecate's? And the Ruthless Negotiation. This card, I shouldn't have put it in the deck. I should have put in the Bandit Rat. I know how to pronounce that word. Oh wait, we do not hit... Yeah, there's no point in leveling up the Bandit's Talent with a Ruthless Negotiation. We'll just put out the eyes and go from there. What is this card? What's my opponent doing? Target opponent exiles a creature or a planeswalker they control with the greatest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. So it's a 3 CMC instant speed weird edict. Okay. Okay, the opponent throwing away the cut down. So they might have a whole bunch of creature interaction, and if that's the case, not going to work out very well for them. That being said, we, missing on the lands, really needed a land there to be able to get rid of this Unstoppable Slasher. Now, might be in a little bit of a spot. Okay. Unfortunately, I think the eyes are going to have to go under the Unstoppable Slasher. They are helping us putting out their lands. I think if you are up against a Bandit's Talent deck, you need to be comfortable maybe holding lands in your hand so that you have something to discard later on. Whoa. Okay, we need a land really badly here. I don't really want to lose 11. Okay. So, Liliana of the Veil onto the board. You can sacrifice that creature. It does come back, but at least it is resting for a little bit. And if we peel another land off the top, of course, Sheoldred will be pretty good here. Oh. Alright, I think I know what I'm... No, okay. I was going to say I may as well uptick Liliana and make them discard. They don't have anything in hand. We should just keep the Sheoldred in hand. And this is a really good way to get rid of the Unstoppable Slasher. Currently, stoppable. Yay! And Mazemind Tome. Wow, good card for them. Being able to draw cards is going to be massive. Let's put the Sheoldred out. I know we could have leveled up the Bandit's Talent there, but I think having this on the field is probably a pretty good thing. And then we also get to start leveling up the Liliana, which is going to be just a thorn in their side if we can get it up to 6 mana. Okay. Boom. Oh, yeah, they should have reacted to Sheoldred. Oh, Mama. Mama Praetor. That's what... I'm going to be so happy when this card's gone. I think because it is rotating, I think it has definitely fallen a little bit out of favor, and people are not necessarily running it as much as they had in the past. But I think it's still an insane card, and still plenty worth playing. Okay, the opponent going out with everything that they have. We hit another Bandit's Talent, so that's kind of cool. Let's swing in with the Sheoldred. I'm not too worried about the Deep Cavern Bat. They're probably going to go after Liliana to keep it on 2 life. But this way we get to hit them for 6 damage next turn. Actually, a little bit more, because they are probably going to draw with the Mazemind Tome. No, they can't this turn. because they don't have enough mana. I'm not really sure if playing out the Deep Cavern Bat was really the play there. I think I probably would have kept it in hand. Then again, you know, you have the Lily on the field. It's going to be sacrificing something. What did they exile there? They exiled the Tiny Bones. Oh, that's cute. So does Tiny Bones now... No, this only works for activated abilities, right? Activated abilities. So they lose 2, and then they lose another 2. All right. This is what we want the deck to be doing. That first game, it kind of started to go that way, but that Squall really saved their hide, and I think now the opponent is in kind of a weird position. They can take out the Liliana. That is fine, but what are you going to be doing about Sheoldred? And what are you going to be doing about these Bandit's Talents? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What a draw by the opponent. Oh, thank goodness. We might have been in a little bit of trouble there. Okay, and that's the game. Attack in with Sheoldred. She kind of gets the win here, but the Bandit's Talent's going to be the final knife into poor Belfast. Okay, the opponent taking their damage no matter what. They're way too much little drain going on from the stuff that we have on the field. Cool. That's what we want to see. So that was game 2. We did get to do the cool thing. Let's see if we can keep doing the annoyingly cool thing. Oh, I really enjoy playing this deck. I think one of the main reasons I have certain loves, a little bit of affinity for certain decks, is because of my past. And in the case of Discard, when I was playing his Modern in like 2017, 2018, I think that was the time period, I was on Spirits a lot. And I think I've mentioned this before in a couple of other videos, but one of the decks that one guy at the LGS was playing was a rack deck, 8-rack. And man, the games against 8-rack were so interesting. I've said this about other parts about Modern. Modern used to be such an... we'll talk about that in a second. Used to be such an interesting format because your opponent's plays really made you think a lot of times. You know, there were certain strategies, and I remember playing against the 8-rack deck, and you know, you have to start considering like, oh, I can't mulligan, I can't do this, I can't do that, and when an opponent's deck changes the way that you approach the game, that means the game is in such a healthy state, and I loved going against the 8-rack deck because of that. What does Rydia do? Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Do I care about her? I don't think I do. I think I need to save this Go for the Throat for something more dangerous. We'll see. I might end up having to Rankle's Prank at some point in this game. They discarding a Yuna and a Bahamut. So unfortunately, I am kind of helping the opponent out a little bit here. We will get rid of the Rydia now. Why not? And I guess we will level this up, attack in for a pitiful 1 damage, and our Bandit's Talent not quite dealing damage to the opponent, but hopefully soon enough. I think Yuna, during your turn, Yuna has Hexproof, Ward 2. So that's something that we do have to kind of consider. Whenever you attack, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment, it enters tapped and attacking. I'm sorry, what? Okay, let's not allow this thing to survive. Holy cow. Okay, I think at this point we are just ripping their hand apart. And we'll get that last card out of their hand. We lose our Rankle's Prank, but I think I'd rather keep them on top deck mode. They are losing life from the Bandit's Talent, and next turn we can at least level up our Bandit's Talent. Okay. Oh, okay, we're definitely leveling this up. Do I want to keep the Go for the Throat? I think I do. Next turn we're going to be drawing 2 cards, so we might have something that we can discard with the Liliana. Sure. So let's do that. We'll get rid of the Ruthless Negotiation. They get rid of a Bahamut. Sure, we'll play out that. We're drawing enough cards. We're draining them for 2. The opponent is definitely on the rope. I guess I could have played out this Ruthless Negotiation there just to draw an extra card. Summoner's Grimoire. Pretty cool card. Okay, the opponent's sticking in here, though. Pretty neat to see. They're fighting the good fight. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Sure. I think this time I will Ruthless Negotiation just to draw another card. It's fine. It's using mana. Okay. That's a card that I can very easily discard. And I don't know what they could possibly hope to draw here. Okay. So we'll just attack in, get them down to 2, get them down to 2 more with the Bandit's Talent, and nice. I was very worried going into this one when they discarded that first Bahamut. I thought, okay, hang on, we're enabling our opponent. This could get real ugly real fast. That was game 3, I think. Keep moving. Our opponent having stars in their name. That's pretty neat. Okay, so now we got a choice. Is the opponent playing a deck where removal is going to be effective? Let's hope. Ooh. Yes! Oh, we get the payoff. Yeah, goodbye, Llanowar Elf. You're not staying on the board. I saw a post the other day that it was a meme, Magic the Gathering meme post, and it was when your opponent assassins trophies your Llanowar Elf. It's just like, and, I enjoyed that. It's fun. Okay, yeah, fine. We'll cut down the Tifa while we can, and we will Tiny Bones joins up, make them discard. I remember crafting this card and thinking, oh man, am I ever actually going to use this? And we're getting some good use out of it now, so happy about that. The opponent is definitely on the mono green landfall deck, so we could be in a little bit of trouble if they get a Hydra on the field that we can't necessarily deal with. Thankfully we do that. Oh, hang on. Whoa. Choose an artifact. Here's their hand. You choose an artifact or a creature card. Then choose an artifact or creature card from the graveyard. Oh, I didn't even know there was a second mode on that card. Being an idiot. Do I want to Binding Negotiation? I think it's fine to do this and just get rid of the Spring Bloom Dryad, I think. And yeah, it keeps them a little low on land. If they want to use the Bushwhack to go get a... Well, okay. We'll Bushwhack. Or we'll get rid of the Bushwhack. They didn't have a chance to go get their forest. I thought they would have gone and got a forest, but maybe they were saving it for the fight. Well, they draw a Mossborn Hydra. Pretty good. Let's trade off that. And there's no reason to do this. So this is the position where you're like, oh, man, if I had a Bandit's Talent. Unfortunately, now we're just giving the opponent plenty of time to be able to come back into this game. Finding a 4th land, obviously going to be the best case scenario for us, and we do not. I'm not going to play it out. Go for the throat, hitting, I was going to say hitting any creature that they play, but who cares about a druid? Not dryad. Especially when they have Tifas and Hydras coming out. Wow, the opponent kind of finding a little bit of a lucky spot here with our deck drawing real bad. I think we are playing 24 lands. Okay. Well, so Tiny Bones. We'll play out the Tiny Bones and make them mill whatever. Oh, yes! Making them mill another Hydra. I think that's now 3 in the bin, right? 2 there, 1 there. Yeah, that was huge. And they are done with that. Okay. I was actually kind of worried there. If they had built up a little bit of momentum while we were stalled on lands, we would have been in big trouble. Game number 5. I hope my count is on. I get so into it. Okay, so we have some interaction. We have a little bit of discard. Okay, it's fine. It would have been nice to have a Bandit's Talent in the hand. That's the card that you kind of want to see every single time. A cool little thing about this, I guess you can make yourself discard a card, right? Whenever Tiny Bones joins up, any number of target players each discard a card. Yeah, so if you really wanted to, you could, in theory, make yourself discard something. I remember, again, back in the day, we're really reminiscent today, people thought seizing themselves, and that's always kind of cool to see. The opponent is on a Dragons deck, and that's kind of cool. I don't really want to allow the Sarkhan to stay on the field. I think Sarkhan does some cool stuff. Is it that threatening? It's threatening enough, though, right? Let's just get rid of it, I suppose. Maybe that's a little hasty, but it is what it is. They are only at 3 mana, 4 mana now. Let's hope they don't have something big that they can play out. What is this thing? Whenever this creature attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a dragon card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Oh, no. Well, we can't allow this thing to keep letting them draw cards. So, we keep getting in with our eyeball blob, and they are ramping. Next turn, the best thing, or well, at worst, we can Ruthless Negotiation, take one more thing from their hand, draw a card, and they counter it. Okay, I guess that's yeah, that's fine, because it stopped us from drawing a card, so it was the smart play to do that. But they did use their treasure, which means that they're not able to play out the Stormbrood. Next turn, though, Stormbrood is going to be landing. I don't think that this is going to be enough to disrupt them. Oh, wow, they did discard the Stormbrood. I'm really surprised, which means that they have something more devastating in their hand. Maybe this Go for the Throat will be able to take care of that. But I'm scared what they have for 6 mana. The opponent has skillfully survived this time. So, Bone Horde Dracosaur. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land card this way, create a 1/3 red dinosaur creature token. Okay, well, we're getting hit for 3 damage. There's no way I'm allowing this to stay on the field. And Sarkhan is going to be a bit of a problem. Okay, we can... Oh. Okay, let's get rid of Sarkhan, I suppose. They are on 5 mana. 5 mana is not... Oh. Yeah, let's choose all these modes. Rankle. Oh my god. I didn't realize I could... I thought it was choose one. Sometimes my eyes just don't see the rest of the card. That's good, though. Okay. We'll play this out. We can't level up. I guess I could have leveled up the other Bandit's Talent and put us into a better position, but we are on a 3-turn clock. So if we find removal for this Regent, that's going to be good. Is this a dragon? Oh, the devastation. Oh, drawing 3 cards against us is like the best thing they could have done. Oh no. Okay, I think at this point now we are well and truly dead. Okay, good on you, opponent, for hitting the Meringue River Regent right when you needed it. Oh, devastating, absolutely devastating. And now they have 2 flying creatures. We are drawing 2 cards, so it is possible that we draw Cut Down, not Cut Down, Go for the Throat, Go for the Throat. Oh, no, we don't. We only draw 1 card because of that. Okay, opponent, very, very cool, being able to find a way to stop us, and yeah, why not? We'll let them get the kill. It doesn't matter. Okay, we flew too close to the Dragon Sun, and it did not work out. All right. I don't know. I keep losing track of games. 2 more, I guess. Alright, having a lot of fun playing this one. I'm going to keep going. We're going to do 2 more. I don't know if this is going to get me up to 7 games or not, but something is fun about this style of deck to me. It's definitely brain dead. Just throw out your cards, whatever. Let's do the Dreams of Steel and Oil to see what kind of... Oh no! So, I don't know what I need to get rid of. Maybe this thing? Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of this brass thing. What does this even do? When it enters, discard any number of cards and draw that many cards +1. So it was going to be able to fix their hand. Didn't want them doing that. Let's continue to attack their hand. They are swamp cycling. That's fine with the Malboro. Malboro swamp cycle is cool. I think they kind of want us to make them discard, which is the scary thing here. And I don't think Tiny Bones is going to be a great thing, but I kind of want them to play out a few more cards. So I'm going to play out the Tiny Bones. I'm going to hope that what the Tiny Bones is going to do is encourage them to play the land, play out the strategic betrayal to get rid of the Tiny Bones. Maybe they're going to value the Tiny Bones, and then I can, yes, take out their hand a little bit more effectively. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get rid of Arden, I think. Oh, okay, they do. They just get rid of it. I wonder what this card is. It is a swamp, so they get rid of the swamp, they keep the Carnosaur, and okay, Resentful Revelation is a very good card for them to top deck because they get to replace it in their hand, in a way. We do not hit any kind of interaction there. Go for the Throat is not going to work out here. Yeah, the opponent has our number, and we are... I mean, I could do this. Yeah, no, it's probably better just to do this. Keep them on their toes. We draw a card here. But they have a lot of ways of refilling their hand, and I think that value train that they have is going to save them in this matchup. They're going to get up to a point where they're going to overwhelm us. Okay, I could just rip both of these cards out of their hand. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. What is the activated ability? I'm not reading this. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, okay, they're not going to descend. Okay, let's just completely get rid of their hand. And okay, if they end up drawing something big, we can also, that they can't play out, we can use the eyes to get rid of it. And we can also activate the Bandit's Talent next turn. So we might be able to actually find a place. I'm kind of... Oh. I was just going to say, I'm terrified of any draw that they get. And them peeling the Zombify off the top is such... It's... Okay. Well. GG, opponent. Sometimes you get top decked. I guess maybe we should be playing Leyline of Sanctity in this deck as well. Not Leyline of Sanctity, Leyline of the Void, to prevent disasters. Okay, well, GG, opponent. We're going to end it right there with that one. Where's my emoticon? Sometimes you get top decked. Sometimes you get zombified. The opponent hits the Sin, brings back a Bahamut. Yikes. Did I keep losing track. Oh, well, I'm going to do one more, because I'm not satisfied with that. I'm going to do one more. Last one. Oh, okay. Last game. It was absolutely devastating. We had them. We had them on the ropes. But I've actually been watching a lot of wrestling lately. What is the movie called? Oh no, I'm forgetting it. Sinners. When Sinners came out, I guess the WWE did a promotion with Sinners to be like, let's review or let's relive the top 50. Oh my. I could get rid of a land. Ooh, let's get rid of their land. They're getting punished for playing an artifact land. The WWE did their top 50 matches of all time, and that got into my algorithm, so I started watching wrestling. And then of course, once you watch one wrestling video, it starts feeding you other ones, and it's kind of cool. When I was in high school back in the day, I used to watch is wrestling as a teenager does, and watching Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels and all these, oh man, we're just reliving some really great memories. But listening to JR do his commentary about, oh, these men are broken, both men, the toll that this match is taking on these men, these men are not going to walk out of this match, this kind of stuff. And it's so fun to listen to him. Oh, they hit the lander! And I kind of wish, Magic could be that way. Alright. Anyways, whatever. The opponent is now down empty-handed. We are getting up to a Liliana, possibly. Alright. Let's put out our tiny bones. Because why not? And I guess that's what we're going to be doing is... Oh, no, Liliana! Okay, no. And how greedy am I? So, I could ultimate Liliana right now, or I could uptick one more time, or I could, you know what, maybe I just make them sacrifice. Oh, but they're going to draw. The problem is this deck is going to just draw into something really good with this amount of mana. And they're going to have the Overlord next turn, but are they going to keep the Overlord around anyways? Tricky. I think I'm going to sack the Llanowar. Let's get rid of the Llanowar, and then next turn I can also make them sack the Hauntward Overlord if they end up... Yeah, okay. Scry to the top or bottom? To the bottom. Okay, so the top of their deck is not favorable. We'll get rid of the Overlord. So Liliana, very far away from ultimating. But that's fine. She's still going to be very potent. They have 6 mana, though. Pretty much anything they draw is going to be a Haymaker. That's a pretty good card. Gets them to thin the deck. Puts them into... I mean, this does literally nothing, right? So there's no point even playing it out. Okay, let's do this. Discard a card, draw a card. I think it's fine. And we have the eyes to jump in. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you jump in front of the Fenris Wolf this turn. But I think we're in a position where they're just going to draw an absolute haymaker, and we've done no damage to them. So probably our goose is cooked. Are they going to draw? I don't know if I like drawing here. I think I would have waited a turn. Because if they hit a 6 CMC, they hit a 4. Wow. Brutal. Okay, well, this has to go here. We preserve our Liliana. And here's the problem with this deck is, of course, you end up just drawing dead cards. And if you don't have the Bandit's Talent or something that's draining the opponent, keeping them empty-handed, what's the point of really keeping them empty-handed? And at this point, yeah. Okay, it didn't work out. Well, this deck showing its fatal flaw. I'm gonna go this way this time. That's good enough. I'm satisfied. Move on with this. Alright, so mono black discard, our final send-off for Sheoldred. My sweet, sweet princess, you're gone. That's it. The deck is okay. It's obviously some people like discard, I'm sure you're playing it, and maybe you're doing okay with it. The deck is not the best thing. The matchups kind of go one of two ways. You kind of really get on top of the opponent, you grind them down, or as you saw in that last matchup, they just end up drawing something that you can't really deal with, and if you're drawing the bad part of your deck, then what hope do you really have of winning? Still, I like it. It's a fun deck to play, and I would love to see some different iterations of it. So we are, of course, losing these 2 cards, but I think everything else is sticking around in the deck. Tiny Bones and Tiny Bones Joins Up are going to be sticking around, so maybe there's something here that could fuel a stronger deck. Bandit's Talent is also not going anywhere for quite some time, so yeah, maybe we see a Tiny Bones deck pop up somewhere in the future, and discard becomes a little bit more powerful. I would love to see another rack effect in the format. I think there is another one in the form of a creature, but I don't know if it's that good, and I haven't really bothered to explore it. So if you stuck around this long, wow, probably 50 minutes on the clock for this one. Yeah, I hope you had fun. Sorry to the opponents playing some annoying trash, but hey, they got more over me than I got over them. So that's it for this one. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the end of your holiday. I think there might be one more video coming out that I think I'm going to be planning. Like I said, I have a vacation coming up in the last video, so I am kind of planning and making a bunch of videos up front so that I can just dribble them out later on. So I think there's probably going to be one more coming up. I think it might be a best of 3. I think it is. Take care for now. Enjoy your summer, and I hope you have some holidays as well. Bye-bye.